The woman thought it was just her imagination, but suddenly, she noticed ants inexplicably swarming inside the house. Following the trail, she discovered an ant hole in the wall. Her scalp immediately began itching, growing increasingly unbearable with time. Anti-itch ointment proved useless. Driven mad by the sensation, she grabbed a file and vigorously scraped the back of her head. Blood instantly streamed down her neck. Yet a smile spread across her face. But this was far from over. At the story's beginning, Mary is a moderately famous motivational speaker. Though plain-looking, her eloquence and personal struggles have inspired many in crisis, earning her a loyal following. Mary enjoys both career success and a perfect romance with Mike, a handsome, gentle, and attentive boyfriend. Her life seems flawless. One evening, Mary receives a letter from Jinling Monastery. Mike learns this weekend marks the anniversary of her mother's death. He softly suggests visiting her father, but Mary makes excuses to refuse, hinting at estrangement. With her world tour preparation underway, only 7 days remaining, she tosses the letter into the trash. The next day, her team discusses urgent matters. Some countries require birth certificates for the tour to proceed. Mary's document is missing. Unconsciously scratching her scalp, Mary ransacks her home unsuccessfully. She reluctantly calls her father. The scalp itching intensifies. Anti-itch creams fail. By midnight, Mary claws at her head compulsively, unable to sleep. Online searches yield no matching skin conditions. Frustrated, she slams her laptop shut. Tour promotional ads need revisions. The music overwhelms. The pacing feels chaotic, and Mary dislikes the script. Mike warns tight deadlines prevent major changes. During meditation the next day, Mary feels phantom hands crawling over her body. Shockingly, she discovers ant colonies swarming her floors. Tracking them leads to a wall cavity, oozing rustling sounds. Her team urgently demands the birth certificate. Mary visits her aunt's storage room, where darkness suddenly falls. Phone light reveals a decayed altar, and the ant materializes abruptly. The missing box? With your father. Returning home, Mary finds Mike browsing baby names. Unseen, she secretly takes contraceptives. Her scalp now bleeds from relentless scratching. In desperation, she scrapes it with a metal file. Blood flows, but Mary smiles through the pain. A doctor warns, chronic itching has complex causes, possibly psychological. Considering your family history, Mary drives to Jinling Monastery. Her father sits among chanting monks. Their tense reunion reveals old wounds. Next, father brings his daughter to his residence. Now alone, Mary finally states her purpose. She knows father took worldly possessions. Today, she's come to reclaim them. After all, father shouldn't be shackled by mortal concerns. But Mary never expected. Father would declare his daughter needs nothing, for she already has wealth and fame. Countless fans obsessed with her. As Mary listens, her gaze keeps drifting to a painting on the wall. Father soon notices. The painting is titled Three Corpses, a parasitic entity. During catastrophic disasters, 3 corpses seizes human hosts, poisons them, makes hosts develop insatiable greed. Soon hosts weaken from 3 corpses, while the parasite grows stronger. When the time ripens, 3 corpses manifests, devours host's body and soul. Suddenly Mary feels dizzy, seems to see ants swarming father's arm. A trick of the eyes? But when father fetches water, Mary finds a storage unit key in his drawer. She speeds to the facility, her scalp itching violently en route. Pulls over, phone flashlight reveals. Her head wound has ulcerated. A fan recognizes Mary, demands selfies. She complies before entering storage unit #B17. A locked cabinet inside, but the birth certificate drawer opens. Suddenly, Mary ventures deeper, finds an open warehouse door. Only ants inside. A hand grips her shoulder. Mary whips around. Security guard. Mary flees, mind racing about 3 corpses. At home, she seals ant holes. That night, photo album from storage crashes down. Mary flips through pages, finds old photos of father and mother. Close up on her magnifying glass. Red dots on mother's arm. Their shadows on wall. Exactly like the 3 corpses painting. Dinner with Mike. Mary mentions visiting father. Mike suggests forgiveness. Your mother's death was accidental. Mary rejects platitudes. She duct tapes her hands to stop scratching. Sleep comes. Aunt crawls up her arm. Into nostril. Mary wakes, coughing violently. Blood on forehead. Wound still open. Online searches. Occult legends. Father calls repeatedly. Ignored. Meanwhile, father sprinkles salt on 3 corpses painting. Blood drips from his nose. Mary visits aunt. Gives concert tickets. Asks about mother's red dots. Aunt hesitates. After the war, something terrible controlled her mind. Warning. Avoid your father. Scalp keeps itching. Concert prep. Mary films promo video. Her shadow warps. Strobe lights flash. Black shadow engulfs walls. Monstrous claw grabs her. Mary flees to wash face. Overhears Mike discussing. Postponing tour for medical care. Argument erupts. Mike sleeps on couch. Finds empty birth control pack. Mary rigs pulley system. Suspends her hands. Deep night. Mary's eyes snap open. Growling beside her. The suspended hand lowers. Claw drags Mary's arm. Scratching her scalp. Though dreaming, her hands are truly free. The next second, Mary wakes up from her dream again. A dream within a dream. Tormented Mary's emotions suddenly collapse. She slumps against the wall and confides in Mike, first apologizing for last night's incident, then finally telling him the truth. Mary reveals she's had something in her mind since childhood that's now fully erupted, forcing her to act against her will. Even after such confession, Mike still shows no reaction. Then she discovers Mike isn't even home. Mary spots the emptied birth control pill pack, instantly realizing why Mike's angry. She urgently calls to explain, can't even leave voicemail. Mary tries suppressing anxiety with gummy candies, nearly eating ants swarming them. Ants have inexplicably reappeared everywhere. Grabbing sledgehammer, Mary smashes open wall cavities and frantically sprays insecticide. Suddenly, her father's voice behind her. Turning, she finds him actually in her home. He pours tea from thermos. Without suspicion, Mary drinks deeply from the bowl. When asked his purpose, father speaks cryptically. I need to confirm you didn't inherit it. I was wrong. You're infected with V. It's in your blood. Forgive me, daughter. Mary dismisses this as drug-induced rambling until dizziness hits. Father drugged the tea. Approaching, he insists she's infected like her mother. Sanshur controls you both. You need my help. When Mary resists, father steals cash from her bag and leaves. Mary vomits violently in bathroom, her thoughts fragmenting. She struggles to focus. Driving back to warehouse, she breaks locks, opens cabinet, discovers file folder. Returning home dazed, she finds newspaper clippings inside. Her mother's drowning case reports, plus Sanshur sketch. As panic rises, water droplets begin falling from ceiling. Rushing upstairs, Mary follows water trails to mirror. Her mother's reflection appears submerged. Suddenly, father materializes, dragging mother underwater. Shocked, Mary confronts father's residence with knife, threatening his hidden stash. Explain why you killed mom. Father claims, I had to save you. The Sanshur curse passed through me at birth. War left me carrying this demon that infected your mother. The more we hurt ourselves, the stronger Sanshur grew. Drowning was her only escape. Mary rejects this as excuses before confrontation escalates. Her team calls. 30 minutes till live performance. At TV station, Mary tries explaining pill incident to Mike. He refuses discussion. During performance, scalp itching returns. Mirrors echo monster growls. Major stage malfunction occurs. Mike coordinates damage control, but Mary flees first. Dazed Mary drives to father's, finds him deceased, touching her throbbing head. She pulls back fingers coated in white slime. Compulsively, digs nails into skull wound. Hospitalized, but stable. Doctors tell Mike, left brain damage affects right side motor control. Full recovery possible with rehab. Perplexed, Mike questions, how could she penetrate her own skull? Doctor speculates, bacterial infection softened cranial tissue, like grinding iron rod into needle. This took years developing. Mary's vision flickers anew. Mike abandons anger, devotes himself to her recovery. During follow-up, doctor warns of frontal lobe damage causing hallucinations/delusions. Mary lies about symptoms. Each night, no matter how tightly Mike restrains her, Mary remains unresponsive. Upon waking the next day, Mary is definitely scratching her head. Mike finds scissors by the bed again. Even if Mary denies cutting her restraints, the evidence condemns her. As Mary sinks into despair, her own voice suddenly emits from the computer. He'll tell them to lock you in the mental asylum. Galvanized by this warning, Mary eavesdrops on Mike's conversation with doctors. Hearing Mike suspect her mental instability, she resolves to act. For the first time ever, Mary prepares a bowl of rice noodles. Mike unsuspectingly eats them. Mary declares, "There's something inside me. I must extract it." The sedatives take immediate effect. Mary binds Mike tightly to the bed, sets up multiple mirrors in the studio, arranges candles and ritual offerings. Approaching the mirrors, Mary demands negotiations with the Sandshire parasite. Monstrous faces flash across glass. All mirrors shatter simultaneously. Negotiations fail. Mary's despair deepens. The computer voice speaks again, gesturing for Mary to sever her hands. Permanent solution to stop scratching. Mary smashes the computer, but stares at scattered cutting blades. Temptation takes root. She rapidly assembles a cutting machine. Hearing electric buzzing, Mike urgently questions her actions. Receives no reply, struggling violently against restraints. Mike fails to break free. Mary marks her wrists with marker. Takes deep breaths. Though resolved, hesitates over self-amputation. With a roar, Mary thrusts her hand under the blade. After severing the palm, immediately cauterizes the wound with a soldering iron. First hand completed, Mary prepares to cut the second. Pre-dialed 911 waits on standby until ants swarm the phone, disrupting the emergency call. Sandshire materializes behind her. Gigantic, ant-like monster. It whispers, "Continue cutting. We are one," guiding Mary's left arm toward the machine. Sandshire reaches for the power switch. Mary suddenly yanks Sandshire's arm into the blade. Seeing physical attacks work, Mary's fear vanishes. Stabs Sandshire repeatedly with knives. Finally decapitates it with a cutting machine. Years of pin-up rage released. As Mary catches her breath, Sandshire's severed arm regenerates. Mary flees outside. Meanwhile, Mike breaks free using shattered photo frame glass. Mary scrambles toward the pool. Sandshire catches her. "Why resist?" Sandshire taunts. Mary agrees silently, drags Sandshire into the pool. Having trained in breath-holding, Mary pins the monster underwater. Throughout her life, a voice always whispered, "Abandon your goals. Nobody loves you." Today, Mary defies it. If no one rescues her, she rescues herself. As she clutches a vision of her childhood self upward, Mike pulls her from the water. Mike finally sees the dark liquid child in her arms dissolve into nothingness. Time jump. Mary becomes pregnant. They have a child. Horrifying reveal. Ants crawl across the baby's face. The curse persists.